Right, in this video we're going to show you our new waffle board recovery track mount for the spare wheel of your Land Rover Defender. So the Land Rover Defender is absolutely awesome off-road. We have done lots of crazy stuff with it, as you can see by my severely damaged rim. But we have had it stuck a couple of times. And we've had to be pulled out, and we thought we should have some recovery tracks because we did the Strata Florida on our own, which was a bit risky. We had no other cars with us, and we should have taken some recovery tracks, but we didn't get stuck. We did it without getting stuck, but better to be prepared. So, right, these recovery tracks, they're quite big. So these are the ARB tread ones, and they're really quite good. Let me see the logo there, Lizzie. And they got all these. And they're really clever because these little bits are quite hard, these knobbly bits, but they're like separate inserts, and the other plastic is quite flexible. So these aren't ramps that you would drive, they're more like you'd put in the mud and they'll give you grip and everything. But they're good. So, but where are you going to put them on your Land Rover Defender? They're actually bigger than you think because they're quite long. So you could put them on the roof. You're struggling to put them on the side of your car because they're too long. They cover your door and everything. You have to get around the side there, Alicia. They can't. So they are quite monstrous, right? So we had decided to put them on the back door. Now, if you put them like this, it's possible, but you block a lot of the rear view mirror, and your rear view, even with the, probably get in the way of the clear sight as well. So we could put them like that, but that kind of gets in your face as you're getting in the back door. There you go, like that, let them get in the back door. So we reckon the best way to put them was something like that angle there. So we set about, how do we mount them? So we have got a kit. Right, so basically, oh, should we go and have a look at the shop in a minute? Yeah. So we have got a router machine, and we are routing out this phenolic ply, okay? And basically it gives you 4 mounting points, and it fits on the back door using our spare wheel mount kit, and then you can fit these pins into here. So let's start by assembling. So this kit here is our spare wheel mount kit, and you'll see how that works. It gives you a platform by your spare wheel. These are what you get in the tread kit, and this is the extra bolt I think you need. Now, we've designed this, and it's reversible. Let me explain this. This has sort of evolved, this product. So, some people might like the grey surface, but some people might like the brown surface. So, it looks kind of complicated, all these holes, but that enables you to flip it round that way. That kind of was stretched my brain, that did. Right, we're going to have the grey side out, because I think it looks technical. Right. Put the bolt through there, and then these tread pins spin on, so they're aluminium. Yeah, that stainless steel bolt there. So you don't need too many tools for this. We put the tools out. You just need your normal 22mm, or you can use just your spare wheel wrench. You need a hex key, and you need a 20mm spanner to hold onto the flat on there. So it's better to pre-assemble this board. Right, and we can put that on. Right, we'll get those all bolted up. Right, so we've got that all assembled. That is it in terms of assembly for that. Now what we've got to do is replace. Now obviously we've got the steel wheel, but this is all exactly the same concept for your. So take off one of them, and then put one of these. So these are just an extended wheel nut, but they give you a thread at the other side. So this will create a mounting platform level with the, and we've checked this on all the wheel types, and it works on all of them. And actually this here isn't really ideal for a steel wheel. It's more suited for an alloy wheel, because that pushes up against your alloy wheel there. Right, and you've got these little caps that go over, and they just make a nice platform. Okay. Right, this bit gets more complicated than you believe. So these 2 dots go sort of pointing towards the bottom, and then, oh, I've even forgotten now. I think it's in that top one there. Right. Let's have a look today. And then you're checking that the other holes line up. Yeah, they do. So make sure you take a note of that. It's because I made it reversible. It was easy when I just had 3 holes. But I made it so you can have it any way round you like. Right, let's tighten those up. Now it's time to get your waffle. So these pins are going to line up with these 2 here and those 2 at the bottom. Now the boards are shaped. This doesn't matter which way round you put it, but they're square, they're rounder. We've just been debating it. Alicia and I reckon. So if you look from the back, Alicia, you look from the back looking this way. We can see what we're doing in terms of the pins. So it's those 2 pins there, and then the bottom ones should line up. Right. And we put those on. Right, now these clips are both genius and a nightmare in equal measure. But they are genius, but they are just... I was trying not to. They always trap your finger. So they work by... You slide them on and then you push these 2 together like so. Now you can put a padlock through there if you want, but to open them you have to sort of, oh, and it always, the trouble is these bits here close and it always like rips your fingers off, so you have to sort of twist them back open, oh, like that. Oh, I got my finger again. Right, so these go on, they just slide on. Okay, and now these pins aren't threaded. These are just parallel rings. There's no thread. If you spun something on there, it just spin all day, right? But once you've got them on, you close those, okay, and they're locked on there, as I said, but spinning them won't make any difference. So let's pop those on. So they go, get the two ears and squeeze the 2 ears together. Okay, right, one other thing, we have put these bits here so you can put an extra strap for extra safety if you want. Let's grab that. Right, so you can thread your strap around the back of there, around the front of there, get that through there, open up your little, I need to feed that through. So, yeah, you have to provide your own strap, but that... There you go. Recovery tracks on the back of your Land Rover Defender. Good luck with that.